Hey y'all. So this might be a quick one. Maybe it is, maybe not. We'll see. Um, but the message for today is to choose to live. And I think it's just such a beautiful message. Choose to live. To be intentional about living. To choose to action forward. To choose to take part in life. To play the role that you came here to play. You know? To choose to feel and to see and to experience and to love and to have and hold as deeply as possible within this human experience. This was the message given to me today. Choose to live. And I feel like I had a really beautiful moment today, of course, with, my God, my spirit guides within. And it also made me kind of reframe the way that I see these, what we felt like were kind of extremities. I see these things literally within me and being held inside of my vessel while I am here. But anyway, that's a whole different video. But I had a beautiful moment today. And I received a lot of messages, and I don't mean like downloads. I feel like it's more like literally picking up the phone and having someone on the other line. Very direct, very clear. But the message that really stood out to me out of all of them was to choose to live. And for someone like myself who has the past, I want to say 9-10 years, I've went through a full cycle and I've came out a completely different person. And I'm in a really good space. And when I say I'm in a good space, it doesn't mean that I'm in a space where life isn't challenging me. It always will. But I'm in a space where my mind has grown to be accepting of the things that I cannot control, but also open to the things that are new and uncomfortable and that are approaching me. But I've had up until this point in getting into this space, I've had quite a few awakenings and what I would call like turbulence, tower moments, if you will. I've had a lot of this happening, and it has been like an internal storm. And it's been a lot of me breaking my brain, wrecking my ego, going through the whole spiritual roller coaster and coming out to the other side of it, realizing, I had to take that ride. The last 9-10 years of taking that ride. And now I'm off the ride and I see things clearly. And I see that the ride was even the illusion. But now I can see my life clearer because of taking the ride, because of the seeking. And if you haven't seen already, I've got a video on this. The seeking is the illusion. Please go ahead and watch. But getting to this point now, the message of choosing to live, of deciding that from here on out, that my journey is going to be about what inspires me, what lifts me, what makes me feel fulfilled and whole, a life that feels purposeful. It's about me deciding to really live and to feel everything deeply, to experience everything as big and as bold and as deeply as possible, And in my head, I got that song. What's that song? Oh my God. Don't. I'm gonna sing. What is it? Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. That song's in my head. Anyway, it's about experiencing life fully, like through the senses. And it's been a lot of me being trapped within my heart and fighting the turbulence and dealing with a lot of things around my heart. It's been a lot of me dealing with my mind and my ego and trying to control it and figuring out what I can control and what I can. It's been a lot of me beating myself up, and it's been a lot of me learning how to heal. It's been a lot of wrestling. And what I heard earlier was like tornadoes. And I heard that life can be torturous, you know? But there's so much joyous things about it that we sometimes can really just end up focusing on the torture and completely missing the joy, you know? But that also pertains to the joys within ourselves. And I think that's the biggest ones that we miss, you know? We kind of blanket cover them just to be able to get through the tortures and through the turbulence. But now that I'm on the other side and I can see clearly, choosing to live is my only way forward. It's the only way to set myself free. It's kind of like now I've finally hatched. And even though I don't know the fullness of where I'm supposed to go and who I'm supposed to be, I'm back to my essence. I'm back to the essence that that chose to be here, that decided that this is what I want to do, this is where I want to be, and this is who I want to be, you know? So I didn't want to make this too long, but what I really wanted to say was I wanted to elaborate on it, obviously, for people who think that it's just a simple statement. I think it's a statement that you're meant to feel. I think it's a statement that you're meant to apply to your life and figure out where it is that you're not living, where it is that you are not allowing yourself to expand, not internally, not spiritually, not mentally, but within the heart space, within your life. Where are you stopping yourself from truly experiencing you? Where are you stopping yourself from truly experiencing the character that you're meant to play? Where are you stopping yourself from experiencing the fullness that you are and the fullness that life can give to you? You know? So just to ask questions so that you can apply it to your life and so that you can feel the message rather than just hear the message as something that is mundane and vague and generic. Choose to live. And it's so much presence in that one statement. It's so simple, and it's beautiful the way that it simplifies life, and it simplifies faith and spirituality, and it simplifies the God in us, and the God in us that wants to thrive and outglow all of the turbulence and the darkness and the torture. I think I'm going to leave it here. 8:11 as I looked up. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for being in this space. 8:18. Thank you so much for being in this space. I really appreciate having you here. And I hope that you feel me as much as I feel for you, especially making these videos. Oh yeah. I love you. I see you. I am you. I feel you, baby. And until the next one. Bye.